The biggest issue in the world right now is that people cannot handle life, or let's say the different aspects of life. So they play the victim, they cry foul, the art of playing victim. It's so easy. Just don't take responsibility, you know? Always look for something or someone to blame. It's easy. Whatever happens is not because of you, it's because of somebody or something. That's the art of playing victim. Why do we do this? Why? How did it become such a thing? And most importantly, is there a way to stop it? When we play victim, we are essentially doing this thing called externalizing responsibility. You are shifting the blame to away from yourself. Anything else is not me. It's the economy. It's not me. It's Mercury is in retrograde, you know, or it's Karen in accounting. It's always Karen, isn't it? Yeah, it happens because it's easy on our ego. We avoid guilt and shame by turning ourselves into the innocent party, self righteous. Everyone is wrong except me. According to 2015 paper, the European Journal of Social Psychology, this behavior is unconscious. In fact, it can only be unconscious. Conscious means choice. If you see there is options, you will respond, not react. This is response ability. Our ability to respond depends on how conscious we are about that situation. Our brains are hardwired to protect from feeling bad about ourselves. So when something goes wrong, our brain's like, psst, he didn't do anything wrong. It was them. Or maybe just the universe. Yeah. Blame the universe, right? uh, why do we play victim? See, this reflection came to me when I was in India, waiting for the bus, you know, going outside of Coimbatore, Kovai, as it's called. Bus was crowded, and I had to stand because there wasn't enough seats. We had been waiting for the bus for some time, unsure if it will even show up. There was a sense of a vibe of helplessness, like nobody knew if we were in the right place. Then finally, when it arrived, there was a relief. After a while, a seat became available. I moved toward the seat, but there was another guy, a younger guy, standing nearby also. Most people had already sat down. As I looked at him, it struck me that my face was one of pleading, of weakness, asking silently, like, can I have this? Like, I didn't say anything, but he got it. And is like he felt sorry for me and he hit me. He let me take the seat. But in that moment, something profound hit me. I was playing the victim. My whole posture, my expression, my inner dialogue, it all screamed victimhood. So, underneath it all, it's the same, a refusal to take responsibility for our experience. There is a big difference in physically being victimized and mentally feeling like a victim. Physically, we might not be able to do something about it, but mentally, Mentally? Okay. I just felt like it would be cool to say it like that because that's what people do. Now, let's make it more relatable. Imagine like this: you're driving, you run a red light, and you're like, ah, why are these traffic lights so confusing? That's playing the victim. It's blaming the traffic system for your mistake. And the worst part, sometimes you actually convince yourself it's true. Justice, you know, justification. You don't get it. But why do people believe that this works? Here's the psychology of it. Playing victim can generate sympathy, attention. Oh no, poor you. Life's so unfair to you. Oh. But it's also about control. If you make others feel bad for you, they might be less likely to challenge you. Plus, you don't have to take responsibility, which is a sweet little cherry on top. But here's the twist. Doesn't actually work long term. People catch on. They get tired of it. Then when they do, they start resenting you. Instead of getting sympathy, you become that guy. The one people avoid at gatherings. Yes, they're scared of you, but really, you just scared. You are. You're scared. All right. It's so. Why do we keep doing it? Well, we live in a society where blaming external factors has become normalized. We can say social media plays a huge role in this. Everyone's airing out their grievances, and sometimes victimhood gets rewarded with likes and comments. But really, it's always been like that. That Alexander the Great Idiot guy, what the what he did for attention. And if you really think about it, he could never have imagined how generations will remember him. Because, well, he died. you know, it's said he died pretty empty, unfulfilled. Pretty unfulfilled. Because life is undefeated, man. I'm not saying it's wrong for people to feel sorry for you, but don't go looking for it. I mean, do whatever you want, but don't think that that's the way to fix life. The more you look to feel good, and the more you will feel unfulfilled. But we know that. We have read it somewhere, at least, eh? Alright, modern science. Time to get technical. Here's why playing the victim feels good, but is secretly terrible for you. When you play victim, your brain releases a cocktail of stress reducing chemicals. It's like emotional junk food. But just like eating bags of chips or lollies in one sitting, might feel pretty good in that moment. But later on, you will be left with regret. You'll pay for it. Some existential dread or something. But there is more bad news. Playing the victim can lead to strained relationships, woe is me energy. Nobody wants that. Stunted personal growth, you don't want to grow. And worst of all, you start to believe it. I think it's called being delusional or something. Anyway, one of the best books I read before Sadhguru was No More Mr. Nice Guy by Michael Pilinski or something like that. I've been one of the biggest victim playing people most of my life. We're the victims, man. We're the victims, man. A people pleaser, always looking for sympathy. Oh, lazy. They even call me Mr. Tumbo, you know? Gluttonous. Tumbo means stomach, if you don't know. Swahili. I don't know why they haven't made a movie with Mr. Tumbo yet. Yes, yes. I know what I'm talking about, man. If you're not convinced yet, I'm just weak. Cry, cry, cry. Actually, this is the part where I was supposed to cry like a baby, like, Now, let's talk solutions or options. I'm not here to call you out without offering some lifeline. So, step one, or what can you do about it? So, step two, flip the script. Instead of saying, why is this happening to me? What can I go? What can I learn from this? It's cheesy, I know, yeah. Mostly it is. Most things it's so cheesy because it's simple. People are allergic to spirituality nowadays because people like it's not cool. Yeah, cool has a price. There's always people out there who will help you grow, challenge you. And finally, life is not about never making mistakes. It's about responding to the situation. Blaming others might feel good in the short term, but responsibility, that's where the real growth happens. So let's agree to stop playing the victim and start being the heroes of our own stories. Sounds good? Cool. Actually, that won't work. It's all in your head. It's all in your head. The only way to be responsible is to pay attention and be more aware. You can't respond if you don't know what is needed. And to pay attention needs energy. Our body has energy reserves. Call it Kundalini, whatever. But to unlock it is the science called yoga. Being spiritual is to unlock our energy reserves. Ultimately, playing the victim is a way of denying our own power. We think life is happening to us, but really it's happening through us. When I think back to that bus ride, I realize it was more than just a trip. It was a lesson in awareness, realization. Victimhood is easy. Victimhood is easy. Responsibility requires awareness, but the reward is immense. A life of freedom and balance. If you want to take responsibility that whatever happens, I'm responsible. It's up to me to respond. I must be willing to respond. And that's when life becomes spiritual. Spirituality, consciousness, in terms of like taking spirituality in your own hands, that you're willing to grow behind survival, there is always going to be an opportunity to be a victim, to play victim. Because you cannot be as capable as other people. There's always somebody more capable than you in other ways. So it's easy to play victim. But if you have taken responsibility for the way that you respond to life, you will give attention to everything. Then how you respond will be a lot better than most people, which is like not the point of it, but you get it, right? 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 Right. Now, some wise words from fully responsible people. Sadhguru reminds us you are the creator of your own experience. When you take responsibility, every situation becomes an opportunity to grow. Nothing is fully against you. It's all a mirror, reflecting where you are and inviting you to go beyond, transcend, if you like. He emphasizes responsibility is not about taking blame, it's about realizing that your experience of life is in your hands. Osho would encourage us to not resist. See every challenge as a gift. Krishnamurti, Jiddu, JK. Freedom comes not from effort, but from understanding. The moment you see the patterns of your mind, they begin to dissolve. There is no need to fight them. Just observe, pay attention. And now, yoga, Shambho.